Before we start this episode, this podcast is sponsored by Fiener's Freshest. All your vintage needs, from hats to beanies to pullovers to windbreakers to vintage shirts to sneakers, as well as refurbishing if you got any old shoes or you got any old hats. He also provides those services as well. Fiener's Freshest. Check him out. This podcast is also sponsored by Emperor Supply Co. If you're looking for a premium pomade, they got you. If you're looking for some beard oil, they got you. They also got merch, so go check them out. They're all out of the IE, where I'm from. Men, get right. Go check out their page. Ladies, get your men right. Go check out the page. Emperor Supply Co. Enjoy the episode.
Messages. You said just dad.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, not my dad.
It's funny because a few people have told me that. They're like, what the fuck? My dad is checking shit.
I was like, you're not my dad.
Alright, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Daniel's Best Podcast. I am your host, Rob Vega, aka Robbery, aka Dad. Before we continue, can you guys please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends? We'd all really appreciate it. Back to the show. We have my co-host in here, Victor, taking the place of Evo today.
Substitute.
Oh, substitute? Okay.
When he's not here, I'll substitute.
Victor wants to be the mediator here. That's why. That's why he's being conservative right now with the whole situation. So, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's introduce the guest, and then we'll get into why Evo's not here. Victor's in here. Everybody knows Victor. He's a returner. Everybody say hi to Victor.
Hi,
we got a first-timer in here. Vida mi vida.
Vidi mi vida.
Elvira.
Yes.
Up in here, chilling
Elvira.
for the first time.
Exactly.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Is this your first podcast?
It sure is.
Yes, it is. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. On such short notice.
It definitely was.
It was
A short text message away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you live pretty close to here. I was like, oh wow,
like
that's
30 minutes.
Yes.
Way closer than my mom's house in Riverside, though.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Compared from when you would come here before.
45 before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
15 minutes. It's not too much.
Right. Yeah, so thanks for coming. We appreciate it. We'll get into the topics in a second. We'll get into what we're going to talk about. We on this podcast, we've always been very platonic about our absences and our situations in life and things like that. And whenever Evo's not here, everybody always asks where he's at. Where is he? So today, I'm going to let you guys know what happened with that. He scheduled a early podcast today with a guest who also canceled extremely last minute, and I'm very disappointed in that because I'm very good friends with that guy. And before he canceled, Evo FaceTimed me at the beach. On the hour that we were supposed to podcast, he FaceTimed me, and he said that he wasn't going to make it. And I said, okay, so what's the reason? Like, I hope there's a good reason, right? And he just said, I'm at the beach. I'm just chilling. So after he already, like, scheduled and kind of, made a time to do this podcast, he decided to cancel. So he's not here today. He decided not to come. That's his choice. Okay, cool. That's all good. It is what it is. Moving on. And so... How's everyone's week?
It's been good. Busy.
Yeah.
Busy with work. Hot, bro. This whole week above 100.
Yeah.
I'll be chilling in customer cars with the AC blasting.
You want to tell everyone what you do? I don't think people know.
I'm a mechanic for a dealership nearby, and
Is it Kia? Because I need some work on that. My Kia.
I mean, I could do it for sure.
I can still do it. Yeah.
I was like, my windshield has been cracked for over a year.
Nah, not like that. What the hell?
Hang on. Keep going. Wait, or just hold it.
1, 2, 3. It sounds so weird.
We're beatboxing under
For
the
real.
day. Yeah, when it was me, Zane, you, and Evo.
Oh yeah. You're right. Okay, yeah. So you say it's been hot as fuck.
Yeah.
It's been hot in my house as fuck. I remember
It's not even that bad here.
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, because last year, literally, there's no hiding from the heat. Last year, it was so bad. Like, we had the AC bump. Dude, I was just in the dark, fucking miserable, just sweating on the couch. You know what I mean? It was terrible. Like, I just didn't want to do anything because it was just too hot. but it's getting there. I can't wait for you to experience that, because if people don't know, Master Vix is my roommate, and he hasn't experienced the hard summer in this house yet. And it feels good to not go through it alone. You know what I'm saying? It feels great.
Just be in your own misery here.
Yeah, you know?
Nah, that room has been freezing, though, lately.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got a badass AC in there. That's why.
Yeah, that's
you know?
Yup.
How was your week?
Mine was pretty interesting.
I feel like it's been eventful.
It very much so.
Yes.
I just drove from Killeen, Texas.
Yes.
I started driving out here on Thursday morning. I got here on Friday.
Nice.
Ended up going to my cousin's wedding.
How long were you living in Texas?
I was there since August of 2020. It was miserable.
Right. Okay, well, because didn't the fucking whole shutdown happen over there?
Well,
when
yeah,
you were there?
we had a winter storm, which I had to experience it by myself with my dogs, my niece, and my daughter.
That's crazy.
That shit was fucking nuts.
Didn't you just move there right before it happened?
No, I was there since August. That happened in February, I believe.
Got it. Okay.
That shit fucking broke our AC, which we're talking about heat.
Oh my!
It broke our
God.
fucking AC. Mind you, it's in Central Texas, so it's fucking humid. Like,
Yeah.
at least here in California, it gets like a nice like 60, 70 at night.
Yeah.
That motherfucker stayed at 90. Humidity. My fucking
my God.
sheets literally were fucking humid. I would lay down and I felt like I'd
Wet?
Yeah.
They're wet.
They're wet.
I don't like that.
Holy
It
shit!
was fucking disgusting.
That's
and this is a
weird.
big ass house with no AC.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
bro,
you're
that
just
was-
fucked. It's just a humid house now.
I fucking hated it so much.
It's
Ted,
rotting away from
that
the
sounds
inside.
terrible.
And
yeah.
it's just me, and I don't own the house, so like my sister and her husband are both deployed in Europe, so I'm having to deal with the dogs, everyone that's in there, and it's like all put down on me. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I've never owned
Yeah.
a house. Like, I don't have $3,000 to put down for fucking a new AC unit.
Right.
No, I fucking Mickey Mouse that shit. Went to
You Mickey Mouse did?
I went to
What?
I literally went to fucking like 2 department stores. I went to Lowe's and Walmart to go find fucking AC units, and I had to, like, because it's so humid, it's gonna cause mold in the house.
Yeah.
I put a fucking AC unit. I put an AC unit in literally every fucking like big area.
Right.
So
like in the window.
In the windows,
Got it.
everywhere. I
Smart.
was everywhere. Like,
We got one right in the living room.
no, but it was like the actual one, because you know how like the ones that you have to drop down the thing
Yeah.
to hold it up. Dude,
Yeah.
that shit was. It was fucking like maybe 100 degrees inside the house. It was humid, and I was
helped.
doing it all fucking day,
Yeah.
trying to figure out like what's gonna work or what's not gonna work.
Uh-huh.
Fucking some of the AC units didn't work.
What?
Started learning about fucking voltage and shit. I don't know
Damn.
what about this. Porque I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to things like that. Like, so my dad always took care of it, but like I was at the house by myself. I'm like,
Figuring it out. Yeah.
You brought like
where's my dad?
You growing up
No,
over there in
for
Texas.
real. I was like, I guess I have to be the man
She's like,
right
where's
now.
my dad? Where's Rob at? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
for
kidding.
real. I called my dad. I was like FaceTiming. I was like, is this how you do
I'm
it?
gonna shock myself. That's funny.
oh hell no.
That was horrible. But yeah, I prefer this dry heat over Texas fucking humidity. Like, it's disgusting.
Okay, well, first of all, do you guys like the winter or the summer?
I don't like neither, honestly.
Oh my god!
I'm fucking. When
You're
it's-
just miserable.
I'm
24/7.
miserable all the time.
Great.
You know what? Like, sometimes spring is nice, but when it's too wet, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fall
I feel like it's barely wet over here.
is here.
Texas, it rains?
It's been raining for the past month and a half in Texas.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped raining.
Uh-huh.
Like, it goes, and it's super bipolar. It's like you wake up, it's super sunny, and then like an hour in, you wake up, fucking grab your coffee, and it's humid. Then there's a fucking hurricane warning storm. Then there's fucking
my
it's fucking
gosh.
drop. It's something else.
That's so. Is there tornado? Can tornadoes fucking happen over there?
Yeah.
I believe
think
so, yeah.
Okay, what the fuck were you doing over there? I'm just kidding.
I was asking myself though. Like, I was out there, I was like,
It sounds fun.
I was like, oh yeah, rent free for the next year until my sister comes back. But you know what? I paid for it. I really paid for it, emotionally, physically, like everything. Like, fuck that. I'd rather pay $2,000 for a fucking apartment out here than fucking live in misery out there.
That's crazy.
I don't have anything against Texas. It's cool. Like, if you live out there, fine. But for me, it's not for me.
Right. You would never live there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I was even actually thinking of moving to Austin,
Texas.
Which it's really nice.
Yeah,
like,
I heard that.
But
not anymore.
I'm used
after
to
that.
I'm used to like the kind of culture that we are out here.
Oh,
like, you know,
okay.
I was raised
Got it.
with like my Chicano like family, so
Yeah.
like I'm used to that. But that culture is not at all like that
Out
there.
Is it like
It's
just like
very
cowboyed
much-
out over there or something?
No, it's like,
I'm
it's
like
a lot
really
of,
curious,
no,
honestly.
because you know how you see like they compare it a lot to like Southern California, like the kind of vibes that are out here.
Yes.
Vibes are dope out there, yes.
Okay.
But it's nothing that you will find here. Like,
Got it.
It's something that I'm used to here. People out there love it, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's not for me, bro.
Got it.
It's a lot of white people.
Okay. All right. I think that might have changed my mind from going out there too then.
Yeah. And they're not like the fucking closed-minded ones, but there's definitely a lot of those out there.
I believe that.
And they're like in the outskirts of Austin, because Austin is just like small.
Yeah.
And the downtown area is fucking amazing. I love
Right.
it. I loved going out to 6th Street. It was dope, but you still have those fucking eyes like just looking at me. You obviously know I'm not fucking from there.
Right.
So yeah, like I got a
I
lot
get
of those
that.
stares. I'm like,
Yeah,
and I
not
felt
for me.
uncomfortable. Yeah. And it's
Okay.
just not something that I would experience out here
Right.
a lot.
A lot. Right.
But I still experience it.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable. You know.
Austin, Texas. That's pretty like north up in like Texas.
No,
right?
it's central.
It's central.
Central.
Oh, okay. Because I got like family that lives like right by the border in
Oh
Texas.
no, that's like El Paso.
Yeah.
Down
I got
like
family
Corpus
there.
Christi. Okay, so
And
that
it's
area,
like,
no.
it looks like downtown LA, like
No,
Callejones
yeah.
and shit. You
But
know what
see,
I mean?
and if it was something like that, like if I was, because I lived in El Paso, like when I was like 19, 20, and it was at an army base. But like, I think I would have lasted a lot longer out there. But like I didn't live in Austin. I lived an hour, like maybe like 40 to an hour away from there. I lived in the military base. Well, out the outskirts, because my sister is a first sergeant, and so is her husband. So they're like higher rank. And they have like all like, you know, the nice house or whatever, they get more money or whatever.
Yeah.
So that area alone is just a bunch of military. But you know, this is those kind of like the people that are in that Killeen area. It's just, if you grew up there, like it's almost like foreign, you know, like oh shit, like no one really grows up there unless you're military or end up in that city.
Makes sense.
So it's kind of weird because it's really small.
Okay, that makes sense though. That makes sense. I could see how like you feel like you don't fit there, right?
I definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely met a lot of like really interesting people, like, but that weren't from there.
Oh, okay. Got
Like,
it.
you know,
Yeah.
they're all from different places of the fucking you know, the United States. Or I met a lot of people from Peru.
Okay.
Which is crazy. A lot of like Dominican and Puerto Rican people there, which is, I
Nice.
was like, how did you guys end up here?
Did you have like a poppy out there or what? No, none of that.
It's because like just being in that area, because my sister and her husband are like high rank.
Yes.
And my sister so my sister always had that like, no, you can't go out because like, you know, what if you end up in the paper? It's where, you know, Vanessa, the girl,
the one that died and was in the military. Yeah,
that's the area that ended up happening.
Oh my god!
Where they found, So that like already everything's like up in arms. So my sister's like, no, you can't go out, you can't do this, and blah blah. And I'm like, I was so for it, and I was,
okay.
because the area is so small, like. It just felt really sketch because the little area that I lived was in a nice area.
Was it creepy though?
It was.
Okay.
Because, you know, as soon as I like walked, as soon as I didn't even like, when I pulled up to the whole town, I'm not even kidding you, Trump flags everywhere. I felt so uncomfortable. Like you go up every establishment, like tire shop, they have, and until this day before I even left, they're still there.
Wow.
And they're very much proud of it, and
yes,
I'm not. I really want to just go over there and just start fucking tearing shit up.
I feel you.
I was like, nah, like just gotta lay low. Just for a
I
couple
don't want to get murdered.
No, for real. Like,
Yeah.
it was gnarly.
That's wild. That's crazy.
But I've never been like, I grew up around a bunch of like, Hispanics and fucking everyone else. But like when I got there, it was the first time I kind of interacted with like white people like that.
Right.
Like super, like, and not all of them were like.
Where maybe like did you feel like you were forced to interact with them because
no,
that was all you were around?
No.
Okay.
No, like I was working at Starbucks and the girls that I was there working with, like, they're super country.
Okay.
And I fucking loved them. Like, it was just something that I like experienced. I was like, I never met somebody like you.
Right,
and it was cool. But then they had their husbands, and it was something else. Like, I'm like, bitch, how did you end up with him?
Right.
Because they were so close-minded that, like, obviously, like...
It's cultural,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I guess to a certain extent, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, this past week was weird.
Because you just moved back,
Yeah, I just
right?
moved back. So I feel like, mentally, everything. Like, I just feel, like... happy now,
right?
And I don't even care if I'm sleeping on my sister's couch right now because as long as I'm out of there and I feel comfortable and I know this area and like I have friends and shit, like I can just be myself.
Yeah.
First of all,
your welcome home was a podcast.
Hell yeah.
Podcast party.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
And everything's getting back to normal too.
Oh,
so
no,
that's a plus.
No,
okay, that's what I wanted to talk about.
But Texas has been like that.
Oh.
So like as soon as I
it.
got there, like I was like, bitch, why do you have your mask on? And they don't say nothing.
Yeah.
No, like nothing. Sorry, I was trying
They
to
carry guns, that's why.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell nobody nothing.
Right? I know. Hey, don't question me. I ain't gonna question that fool over there.
Yeah. So as soon as I like got there, like because I worked at Starbucks, like they're like they're very strict about it. So yeah, like cool. Like I loved working there, and mind you, the fucking any other job, if I did get it, it was under $7.
Yeah.
And Starbucks was the only place that was like paying $11 to start, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. I mean,
so the minimum wage out there is lower.
Lower.
Got it.
So
wow.
That's why I was like, what can I find out here that I can actually make some money because
OnlyFans. Sell some feet pics on there.
Bro.
You already did.
No,
you already did.
No. I wanted to.
I feel like you could. I feel like you definitely could.
No.
Based off history, I feel like you could do it.
I could, but like my confidence says no.
Okay.
It says no, don't do it. Maybe later. And then I've been thinking about it.
If y'all think Elvira should do it, comment right now. Tell her to do it because she should.
I've been wanting to.
About to
it's
get
just
like
20
like. Follows.
Yeah.
About to get 20 follows.
20 No, you for sure gained 20 follows. That's for damn sure. That's awesome. Have you okay, I like to talk about my first experience working out in the gym without a mask.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this happened a couple days ago. I was not in a great headspace. I didn't think the gym would have helped. As I was walking up to the door, because like I have to check it off to be like, okay, I did this and this and that. I still feel like shit. Okay, cool. I can feel bad for myself. Cool. Yeah, right? This is and that's not really what happens. Kind of, but it's like, let me do everything I can to get myself out of this funk, right? And then if nothing works, then we could do heroin. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, you know what I'm saying? So.
Gym, heroin.
Right, exactly. So I went and I was walking up to the door and it said, I'm reading the sign because I did see on IG Complex posted something of the new rules. And the only thing that I noticed was the fact that the thing that actually changed was the capacity, like thing. There's no limit anymore. Like y'all could just fucking bulldoze into anywhere and not have a capacity. That's the only difference that I saw. But then when I saw the sign, which was part of the laws in the complex post, was the fact that you don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated. And they're literally allowing you to, like, just trust you if you have a vaccination.
But that's also, like, your own discretion, though.
Right,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
I choose still wear one, even though I am vaccinated.
Right.
But it's just out of, like, my own health. Like,
but
I just don't want to get a fucking... I don't,
is that what it is? Or is it because you have a daughter?
It's both.
Okay.
But it's also...
That's more of an incentive, though, opposed to someone who's single without children, right?
Even if I didn't, I think I would...
Okay.
No, even if I didn't, I would
wear
still
a mask.
get it and still wear a mask.
Got it.
So it's just...
You just don't want to get sick.
I haven't gotten sick this whole time. Not even a fucking.
Well, you're in the middle.
Cold.
You were living in the middle of nowhere, though.
You know what? Shut the fuck up. yes, you're not wrong, but I know I'm here. But you know what? I'm still not gonna get sick because I choose to wear one just out of my family that hasn't, and
that's fair.
But it's like. I mean, I'm fully vaccinated, so it feels right.
Oh, there we go.
It just feels, and also I think it's a thing where I've been just so used to it, to it. And then some days I come out.
Does it bother you though that you have to have it on?
No.
See, I think
my mask is very comfortable.
Okay. Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen. Well, here's the thing though. I feel like people. Okay, the only fucking schmuck dudes that I know that are fucking I'm still gonna wear my mask are the ones that don't have a beard, honestly. And they're like, I love wearing it because it makes me look cool, this and that. And I'm like, dude, you don't have a beard. Okay?
I'm not even gonna lie, I felt like a whole ass ninja the first time. I was like, yes.
That's what the guy said. He's
I love that shit.
I think that post went viral, but he was basically saying I look like a fucking healthy ninja or some shit like that. And I'm just like, you don't have a beard though. He's like a YouTuber, so I don't know. I just maybe I would if I didn't have a beard, but I have a beard and it just fucks up my swag because I have no hair. So this is my strength right here. You know what I mean? This is my power.
It's all eyebrow with the mask.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't fuck up the eyebrows.
About that,
I can't fuck up the eyebrows.
He's combing them every morning. Wait, this eyebrow is that a face?
These are the money makers during COVID right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this beard ain't do me no justice. Tucked away and shit, But anyway,
did you guys see those masks that came out for beards?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No?
What the hell?
Okay, so one of my coworkers, he was wearing a normal mask, and one day he came and it's just a longer one that goes it goes here and it just goes this way for the mask, the mask beard. For the beard.
Yeah,
it doesn't tuck it away, but it just.
Kicks.
It's weird, but it looks good.
Does it kind of just hang? Or
yeah, it kind of.
Does it look like a beard?
It looked like he definitely looked like he had a beard, but I was just I interesting.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean,
but I guess it just developed from the first mask that we had.
Yeah,
and everyone's just fucking profiting off just making normal just
might as well.
Crazy different masks. For
that makes sense.
People.
I feel like people were making a lot of money off that, right?
Yeah, but do you remember how they were telling us not to wear masks in the beginning?
I do not remember that.
Okay, so in the beginning during COVID, they were telling us not to get medical gloves or the medical mask because there was a shortage of them for the nurses.
That.
Oh, that's
and they were telling not to, and then all of a sudden they're like, "You gotta wear a mask," because then there's different women that were sewing, making masks for nurses and shit. I was and I just thought about that a couple days ago. I was like, oh, holy shit, now we are required and now we don't have to. How nice.
Yeah. I mean, and look, when I heard that law or rule or suggestion from the news, I was like, everything, all the rules and all the laws for COVID were so inconsistent.
But it's what did you expect? It's a thing that happened.
It just popped up.
Well, no, it's who would have predicted 10 years ago that we would have a whole ass pandemic?
Right.
Who knew? I didn't think I would ever live through that.
Yeah.
Sure as hell wouldn't.
Right. And I understand that, but my thing is why did y'all make everything so nothing made sense?
Of course,
none of the rules made sense. But it's I feel like we can, as a fucking unit, come to some conclusions of shit that makes sense.
No, because
why did we?
I don't think so.
We just overkilled everything.
I think it's just with politics and everything.
Okay, you're right.
You
Never
have
mind.
Different views.
Yeah.
You have the people fucking protesting
right.
not to have fucking masks
yeah,
on
yeah,
this whole time.
Right. Yeah.
So you're not. There's no way that you could come into one conclusion where everyone's going to agree on, because not everyone has the fucking same views.
Crazy.
You're right, but you're right about that. I agree with that. That makes sense.
I would hope so.
Yeah, we went.
It just sucks that at least maybe it's just my company. Or go ahead. What were you gonna say?
How she just brought up, we went through an election during the pandemic,
Yeah.
the first pandemic, in ever, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You know
That's true. Yeah, and I guess you're right. I mean, I just think.
You know what? I need to stop drinking. Look at me.
Oh, you drunk
Bro,
over here?
I don't even know how to drink anymore. I'm a fucking idiot.
Why, are you drunker?
No, every time I take a sip, I try not to
water?
ruin my lip gloss.
Oh,
and then I just
got it.
Don't mind me. Go ahead.
Should have got straws.
Yeah, I know. Next time. We'll get them next time.
No, we're saving the turtles. We're still on that.
We're saving
We'll
the
get
turtles that are
paper
tatted
straws.
on you.
Paper
That are tatted on you.
That's an inside joke. I mean, I was just thinking, like, I thought a lot of it was unfair for essential workers. I was essential. I didn't get hazard pay. Motherfuckers did not give a fuck about me. I was, like, about to die for a 9 to 5. At the time when we thought we were going to die, I thought I was dying.
No, I feel that, and I remember that.
I hated that. And it was weird because, I mean, we're going way off. I was just talking about my first encounter without a mask.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, anyway, because we've talked about this shit before, you know what I mean, on the podcast. So I was walking up to the door, and I said, like you said, at your leisure, you get to wear it or not. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm not wearing this shit. It was like the best workout, first of all, I've ever had. But I had just got into working out again after my surgery because I got my gallbladder removed. So then I don't know, I just got the strength back and everything. But I think I got an extra boost because I didn't have a mask on. Like, I could breathe. I could see my face. Like, I was, like, all posing and shit. Like, I just got hyped. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm never fucking wearing a mask again. I hope we don't ever have to. This is sick. And you're kind of looking at me like that's extremely irresponsible. Probably. But look. The way I looked at it was, like, these insane rules.
But I also have to realize that you did get sick twice, and I had not.
Yes.
Both of us.
Right.
You both did.
I mean, technically, well, I mean, this place was infected with COVID for sure.
Yeah.
Like, this was definitely.
I mean, it's a very compact area.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect any less. But I was also in the middle of nowhere, so
yeah,
I couldn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of LA over here.
Yeah, because I was working in Costa Mesa before I left, remember? So I was constantly dealing, like, that's when they had, like, a soft reopening, I think July, June, and I started working
never
there.
Mind after that.
No, my sister called me. She's like, hey, you want to live out here?
Later.
Goodbye.
Later.
I quit.
I'm out.
Goodbye.
I just dropped a rack on the way out. Get the fuck out of here. I'm out. Later.
No,
That's
but
what's up. I don't know. It was amazing. Have you had any encounters without a mask yet where you're like, oh, sweet, this is great? How was your first moment without a mask in public?
Have you?
I know. Have you? Do you not wear a mask at work or not?
So when everything was going on, I wouldn't because I just work alone. And
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
I'm basically by myself unless I would go up to the front. So I didn't. And then once I came over here, I started wearing it like super consistently.
Because but you used to work in the IE and you didn't wear a mask out there. But then when you came out here to LA, you started.
Yeah. And some coworkers do, some coworkers don't. Like,
right.
Like unless you go up to the front, then you have to.
Yes.
Where people can see you.
Right.
I think it's considerate just to.
I agree.
I think it's just to go to a larger establishment where there's more people. It's just a considerate thought.
And then like there's this dude next to me, the dude that'll tell you that he knows English,
right?
Or no, he doesn't know English, but he knows Spanish
and Chinese,
like super well. Like,
that is so crazy,
but not English. Not like English
like,
is super broken.
It's weird because like. That's like the most LA thing I've ever heard in my life, honestly.
Yeah. and like he's cool and he's got like 7 kids, you know what I mean?
Is he Asian or is he I'm sorry, I don't mean to get Chinese or Asian shit fucked up, but is he Mexican or is he Asian, Chinese? What is he?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really like
so he looks both? Like? That's what I'm saying.
He looks like both. Like he could be like a dark Asian or
Got it.
Okay.
He could be Mexican, you know what I mean?
Got it.
Like stereotypically, what does he look like?
I know we're over here like stereotyping him. I know.
What does he look like?
I was low key thinking that, and then you said
dark?
it.
No,
yeah. Does he have?
But like this guy.
I just want to know.
He's bald too.
Does he have a beard?
Nah.
But he married already, so
he married. He got 7 kids. You know, he works 7 days a week.
Damn.
He works later than I do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I'm just
got 7 kids to provide for.
Yeah, and he's older already too. So I'm just like, you know what? For this dude, I'm gonna just keep it on. You know, just in case. Like,
and it's interesting that you mentioned that because that's the only reason why I would do it. Because I feel bad for making people feel uncomfortable, like especially older people.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely feel bad, and like I'll just throw it on, like. You know what I mean? Like, look at this fucking young thug with his bald head.
But if you're at the gym, you're asking for it.
No,
though. Like, I took my shit off because I
took
my shit on
at the gym. Yeah.
I had my shit on, but then like when I got into the like heavy breathing and shit, I was like, all right, it's just coming off later.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's an old guy in the gym buffed out, not wearing it. So I'm like, all right, we good in here.
I mean, it's like at your own discretion, honestly.
Right.
At this point, because I feel like I mean, I take it off whenever I go to the gym. When I was in Texas, because it lifted.
Right.
But the numbers of COVID wasn't going down out there, which was crazy. But when in the area, like, I would only...
They're stubborn out there.
No, very much so.
Yes,
but,
very much so.
I was going to, like, one of the gyms out there that's fucking... It's called True Fit. It's only in Texas.
Yeah.
Anyways, the fucking gym's huge as fuck. Very much so.
You said cute? Did you say cute?
I said it's exclusive.
Damn.
No, but yeah, it's, like, only
for
in
not
Texas
Trump supporters?
And shit, for real. But the fucking gym was huge as hell, and, you know, there's plenty of space, so I felt comfortable taking it off. But I think it's, like I said, at your own discretion. I was fully vaccinated. I felt good.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But, you know.
Did you get any side effects from that?
I got a little bit sick for like a day or two. This was my second shot.
Like trying to avoid getting sick from COVID, get sick after vaccination.
Well, yeah. Well, I believe that it had. No. I wasn't fully sick. Like I literally just like felt like, you know.
Yeah.
I just felt down for like a day.
Whoa.
And then I think like after
downer?
the second, something like that.
Like you just feel like shit, or like I don't know, because I've had people explain it to me too, like the older guys at work, because they're all getting vaccinated, because they already had their kids, whatever, you know. They're like, I just called off because so and so I didn't feel good, I got vaccinated, or I got my second shot, or my
but
first shot,
it did have like apparently it had like a small dosage of the fucking of COVID,
right?
But the thing is, just like obviously
the vaccination,
so something in that. I don't know nothing.
That
I'm
makes
not a scientist.
sense,
I don't fucking know.
But you know that for sure, though.
But we knew that.
Okay.
I knew that going into it.
Got it.
But I didn't get like a fucking like, you know, when you have to go into quarantine by yourself and shit. Like I never felt that. Like it was just like a day, like kind of having like a cold,
right,
and just going away,
right.
It just felt sore, and that's it.
Yeah, it's crazy because like when it first started, I was watching podcast of Joey Diaz. And he's like, bro, when we were in the 80s, we would have fucking snorted COVID. And it's crazy because essentially that's kind of what you're doing by getting vaccinated. You're technically injecting the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What you have to.
I know. Like so your body could get used to it to fight against it. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? My sister ended up getting her Johnson & Johnson.
That's you.
Shut your mouth.
Johnson & Johnson.
She got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine while she was in Romania.
Okay.
That's where she gets that.
It's like a Kirkland vaccine or something.
This fucking bitch got fucking sick again with COVID. I was like, how do you do that? Are you lying to me?
Well, that's the thing, though. I feel like
you can still get it. You can still get it.
So what a fuck.
But she said like,
because she did depression off the vaccination.
She did get. When she got to Romania, I guess somebody tested like negative, but apparently they were positive and got the whole plane fucking sick.
So how did she was fucking negative? What?
No, so there's like, you know, in order for you guys to go out to where like to their deployment or whatever,
right?
They have to have 2 negative tests.
Yeah.
So I guess like somewhere along the line, sometimes I was like actually reading on this. Sometimes the test comes out negative, but they're actually positive.
Okay.
And so I guess someone tested negative, but they were actually positive and got the whole fucking plane.
That's insane.
Sick. Like they all got COVID, and so she was quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
then they had to re-quarantine her 2 more weeks because she was out of like the United States.
Jesus.
She was out there for a whole month.
Oh my Lord.
And then she got her vaccine after, and then that's when the whole Johnson & Johnson thing where people were getting fucking blood clots and shit.
Oh shit.
Where they had to stop. She called me. She's like, I'm going to become a zombie. I was like, bitch, you look like one.
Oh,
dude.
But it was crazy. But she's like, yeah, actually I tested positive again. I was like,
whoa.
And
that's insane.
And I was just like, dude, didn't you get? And I did. I was like, that, I don't know. Like, she's like, but you still can get it. I was like, and that's why I say, like, it's kind of at your own, like, discretion when it comes to, like, wearing a mask or not. Because even though I'm vaccinated, I could possibly get it.
Still, yeah.
I don't know.
Got it. Do you have, like, underlying health issues that you're afraid? Oh, well, you don't want to pass it either because you got, like, family and shit, right? Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Moving on. The concept that we had on this episode was very interesting. We've never done this before. So prior to jumping on the podcast, we watched an old video, an old podcast. It was one of the... So, just recently we celebrated the 1-year anniversary of this podcast on June 7th. And we just watched an old episode on June 24th of 2019 or 2020. Yeah, because it's 2021. Yeah, 2020. And that sounds so weird. Like, I can't believe that feels like that year flew for some shit.
No, that fucking year was horrible.
So
traumatizing.
Yes.
Same.
This concept we've kind of spoken about with a previous episode, like 2 episodes ago with Emily. We kind of touched on the baby mama situation. She was also a baby mother. Elvira here is a baby mother currently. Are you a single baby mother?
I sure am.
Yes, she is. And so we watched the baby mama episode, and we got so much fucking shit to talk about from that last one. It was actually amazing because it was very cringy. It was nice to see the growth that we've made since then. I was extremely nervous, you know what I mean? And we're very ignorant.
I don't think it was that cringy. I liked it.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something like
maybe because it's just me. Because I'm watching myself, right?
No, yeah.
Okay,
that's what
I mean,
it is.
after if I ever get to watch this, honestly, I'm just not gonna watch it.
You should.
I just don't like looking at myself.
I
like looking at some pictures.
But that's it. Just don't look at it. Just listen to it. You know.
It took me a month to watch my first one. So that's true.
Okay, so the first thing that we jumped into that we saw on the podcast was the fact that I was describing. Well, I think I actually agreed with you after you gave. Like, I agreed with you off in person, but I also like kind of changed my opinion on the podcast a little bit.
Perspective.
Yeah. So basically, what I was saying was. Men and women's timeline for like enjoying life was different at the time. So basically, men enjoy their life later on in life because they're more established, and then women enjoy their life at younger ages, and then it like slowly decreases as they get older. So, and then you told me that that's like an old ideology because you're saying that women are empowered now and that they actually enjoy their life because they're not pressured by social constructs.
No, pretty much. I believe that as a woman, especially a Mexican woman living in a household with, the machismo and everything, like it's kind of like instilled in you to be the mother, the housekeeper, the person that just stays at home.
Yes, and not to mention your first generation, right?
I'm first generation here, so it's something that just comes with my culture, and it's something that I completely disagree. I respect the way that I was raised, but that's something that like I don't completely agree. But with something that's like my mom, my stepdad, my real dad, they're all like raised in these mindsets where man provides, woman stays home.
Right.
Super traditional.
Yes.
Traditional, conservative, and for me being first generation here, like obviously I'm gonna fucking go against the grain and just be me. And it took a long time to understand that.
I agree.
So it's something that like I completely disagree. I feel like women are way more empowered and are not pressured to be that because I'm only speaking out of like my own personal like opinion about like how I am. Yeah. It's just I remember like being pregnant and having my daughter and knowing that no one else is going to provide for me. So I have to be both. Right. And I'm not going to let anyone stop me, and I'm not going to look for somebody to be my daughter's dad.
For sure. Would you prefer conservative traditional woman or progressive woman? I think that's a good question for you.
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't?
I don't know.
Have you experienced both?
Yeah.
And you're like, conflicted?
I'm not conflicted. I just right now I just want somebody to have fun with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm having my fun.
But that's it. Okay.
Here's a better question. Look, in my mindset right now, I'm figuring myself out right now as me, just me.
Did we talk about what you're just coming off of, or no? On the last podcast, or no? Or ever on this podcast? Have we talked about like you coming off of a specific amount of years of a relationship?
I've mentioned it, but we haven't gone deep into it.
Yeah. So that's why you're in that phase in your life right now, currently, right?
I'm just figuring myself out.
Hold on really quick.
I was like, am I hearing shit, bro? Like, what is that? Oh.
Sorry about that. We had family crying outside, and I just had to close the window. We're in intermission.
That was a really good question, though.
For him? Or
like, just in general. Like, do you prefer a traditional woman?
Yeah.
I think I think personally, I still have traditions instilled in me, and they're not going to go away.
Right.
But it's just something like progressively, I think
it's developing into something different, but it's new, but it's like the same but new.
Yeah,
right?
Because my mom didn't like teach me all these opinions that I have.
Yeah.
Because it's just something that I had to
you
figure
just
out myself
on your
in
own.
my life, just who I want to be as a woman or and a mother.
And see, what's interesting is I think like, because I think I'm a progressive man off of my traditions as well. So like, I think we might be in the same boat in that, but I actually take a lot of pride in my traditions too, though.
No, I do too.
Right.
I do too.
Right.
I definitely do. Like, I love like the things that like, my mom and like my grandparents have taught me in our traditional values.
Yeah.
But obviously I don't agree with most of them.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, it's something that I have to kind of like figure out myself
on the fly.
No, and it's just, like, first of all, I wish I could just stay home and not have to pay bills. And
I
not
think
have to,
that's
and then
everyone,
low
key.
Great. Like, even as a man, like, I feel like everyone just like, okay.
Yeah.
If everyone you got me. Like, I'll take care of these damn kids.
But see, that even goes back to my money thing. Like, if we're making the same amount, she only wants you for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like...
Date women that are rich because they'll fucking like you for you. They won't want you for the money.
Not at all, bro. I don't have any money, and I know. And I feel like even me, like looking at a man, I'm not looking of what he's worth, like
right.
But I definitely won't date somebody that is a bum.
Right,
like has no like
ambition
at all. Like,
I mean, and
can you imagine like me just fucking hustling and working 2 jobs and doing all this shit for somebody like, oh, hey, you know what? You look cute. We vibing. But that's it.
Yeah.
You have nothing to offer me as far as like stability. And I'm not asking for you to be the person that's going to keep me as a like stay-at-home wife. But I'm asking for you to like actually work and want to be something for yourself.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, and it's crazy because, I mean, I always looked at the money thing as like, it's like a trait that women are looking for to see that like, oh, he can actually provide for himself and other people. It's not really, it's a qualification. There you go.
Yeah, it's nice to have. It's not required.
Right.
I mean, at least for me.
Right.
But that's, everyone's very different.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Some people will not date anybody
if they're not like a millionaire or some bullshit. Right. Exactly. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, and for them, I think at that point, I think it's more about the money rather than the person, right?
But the end of the day, like, I feel like if a woman isn't happy, and it kind of comes down to that, especially if they're just like dating somebody for money, like, like that's all they get. They're not gonna get that loyalty from that man unless like there's really nothing that they can really get from that, because they're just kind of marrying or just being with somebody out of money. That's literally it.
And that's all you get, right? And, like, you don't get like happiness. You don't get. I mean,
unless like you've been there from the struggle with him or with her.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like that's a different mentality.
That.
Yeah. Like, where that becomes like a bond within. Like, if she's the one that's making money and he's been her ride and die and like being the supportive person, like that's different.
Yeah, I agree. So back to your question, traditional or progressive?
So
we were just talking about something, but go ahead. You weren't here for that, but I want to hear your answer.
Yes, I would like to hear your answer, please.
I'm just looking to have fun right now. I'm not looking into that.
Okay, what do you think do you think you get better? Do you get along with traditional women or
I feel like
progressive?
Both. I feel like
which
both.
one better do you get along with? And you can't.
I think sometimes men get a little bit what is the word? Intimidated by women that are a little bit more progressive because they challenge them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I think but that's it kind of takes a strong person to try to fight with them over things that
I feel like
that they used to hold leverage over them, right? Okay.
I feel like I like both because I like the challenge of that, what I mean, overcoming that, and then like I also like the comfort of like traditional.
Okay, so we were just talking about that where you were taking a piss. Basically, we were talking about how we we like being progressive humans, but we take really insane pride in our traditions.
Right.
So we still like our traditions, and I think we're going to keep our traditions. It's just going to evolve into just something new. Like we're creating we're going to keep it, but I don't know if we're going to create new traditions. I'd say maybe, but
I think when it comes to things like that, it's more, you know how like they say it's like 50-50.
Right.
And it's something that you bring to the table.
Uh-huh.
I think it has to, like, for me, that's something that has to do with that, like, as a woman, like, I want to be able to put something that's just not just, like, me being the housekeeper and fucking being the caretaker of everyone and you know?
Right.
Because I'm not going to wake up at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning making no more fucking lunch. I tell you that much. But, you know, I'm gonna be there to support you and be that person, you know, as a tradition to be, like, the backbone.
Yeah.
But as
you pissed a lot of guys off right now.
Can you just make it like the night before and I'll just
fucking leftovers, bro. I'll make some pasta for you.
That's chill.
Hey, have you guys seen those TikToks or those construction workers? They fucking bring out like their fucking lunches and they're like battling whose lunch is better.
Oh shit! I think I've seen that.
Hey, when I work construction, some of the like bikers brought like the
dude.
best, like,
you know what?
Yeah.
No, sometimes like I wish I could do that.
Dude,
but honestly. As far as I get, I can make frijoles. That's it.
Yeah. No. The homie Rudy, electrician. That fool when he okay. So on his lunch, he like camps out for lunch, and he literally brings out the fucking the fucking grill and starts fucking making breakfast and shit.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. I've been watching his stories. I'm like, God damn.
I love that shit. Like, I love how like it just really seems like the women are competitive of whose lunch is better.
That's funny.
But you know
That's
what?
hilarious.
I think, honestly, like, as being a first generation here, I have those like
tendencies
to want to do that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I was born here, raised here, and honestly, like, it kind of like gets lost in like, you know, the American dream.
Yeah.
Where, you know, like I grew up telling me not to speak Spanish.
Oh, got it.
So it's kind of like, oh, you had to suppress it, and the only people you could speak Spanish to is your family.
Right.
So,
yeah. Exactly.
So now, like, I'm in like that limbo where like I'm not too Mexican, not too American. Like, it's somewhere in the middle.
Right. So like.
And I think that's a lot of like
I feel like we're
first
all
generation.
turning into that.
Like a lot of first generation get caught up into that because I feel like that too.
No,
like I'm
right?
like kind of like
because you're first generation too, right?
Yeah. And then my sister too, and like so it's just like this whole like I don't
it's
know,
weird because I can see your sister, bro. Your sister's such a good fucking person. Yeah. Like, first of all, his sister's wilding. Like, she fucking scares dudes and shit, right?
She'll crack dudes.
Yeah.
Not even scared. Like
Yeah. But see, like, the thing about your sister is like, I like her so much. She's so fucking cool, and I feel like you could see the conflict in her, like of traditional, like solid traditional shit, and like seeing you wild out on my vlogs or just seeing our podcast and seeing us grow. Like, I feel like she's like, okay, that makes sense. Like, it's not unsafe to be progressive, you know what I'm saying? But I can see that because she's a teacher for kids, and
she's going for her master's right now too, dude.
Yeah, bro, shout out,
bro. Like, I don't know, like,
I'm just saying, like, I can see it in her, you know what I mean? And like, I just think she's just more aggressive about it. Yeah. But I mean, it's all good. It's just like I could see the confliction with her a little bit, but
I think that goes with like everyone that's first generation for the most part.
Probably,
like,
yeah.
My mom's like trying to teach her how to cook. She's like, "No, mom."
I'm going for my master's. Both of y'all can be friends. Both y'all, y'all can kick it. You know what I mean? She's gonna be at your house and shit. Kick it with your sister and shit.
The conflict with my family, like with my real dad's side of the family, like they're super conservative Mexican, like traditional, super like from Michoacan.
Ooh.
And so like
we got that over here.
Yeah, so pretty much like it's like I gotta tone it down whenever I'm around there. I'm like I don't, you gotta
cover the big ass chest piece.
We gotta but I've had to kind of turtleneck all summer,
looking like fucking Drake.
And it's crazy because my real dad is a fucking a cholo, and he came here from Michoacan when he was like 6 years old.
Oh.
And he went back and forth and whatever. And pretty much till this day, he tells me, like, you know, I wish you were like a respectable, like, businesswoman or whatever. But mind you, this motherfucker is tattooed from all the way to the fucking top of his head all the way to his toes. Yeah. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, you would think that he would be a little bit open-minded, but this motherfucker is not.
That's funny.
But he also spent 10 years in fucking prison in solitary confinement. Yeah. So he's like,
oh, okay. Crazy. Well, yeah, I feel like
he probably has like low-key like regrets and shit.
Oh no, he definitely does.
And like
he does.
You know, and like is super traditional too.
No,
but like,
his value.
They're just like a pull and push, like, you know how they're like we were just talking about, like with us and like the first generation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just tough.
He's definitely been.
I like how you explain that because that makes sense.
He's definitely like the black sheep out of our like his side of the family.
Yeah.
They're, like I said, very traditional and stuff. So
right.
That's why it's a lot of conflict with him, like growing up and shit. Like I didn't meet him, like fully meet him till I was like 8 or 9, and like we had a good relationship, but he was still into like involved in shit and just, you know. So like for me, it was tattoos and all that shit. Like it's just something that I admire. It's just part of like what I saw. I love fucking, you know, Chicano like culture and shit like that, and it just makes me happy, like seeing people that I relate and kind of lifestyle that I lived and shit. But it makes me mad because he doesn't understand. I'm like, I would think you would understand, bro. Right. But I wouldn't think my aunts and shit that, like, you know, they wouldn't understand, but yet they fucking like at least like take me as I am.
It's funny you mentioned that because between my parents, my mom's the open one, my dad's fucking tatted up too like a motherfucker and he's more like, okay, prime example. They tried to take me to rehab, right? And mind you, I already said this in past podcasts, but me and him have been cool for like a couple months now. Like, like on site, we probably fight, right? Yeah. And so they showed up to my house for rehab, and as he was here, he was like, "This shit you're not doing shit with your YouTube," and I, like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, it's all fucked up. So I'm just saying, like, very conservative, very OG, like, get a career, you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I think it's kind of, it comes off differently. Like, they want the best for you. It just comes out crazy.
Okay, you're right. Okay, you're so right.
I get that you want the best for me.
You're so right.
That's why we're here in the fucking land of the free.
But it just like, you're right. It comes out like terribly.
I'm like, can you like set me aside, have a cool
conversation?
Can
you just text it?
No,
maybe?
like there is something else.
That's funny that you mentioned that because that is true. Because the intent is good. They're just animalistic about the delivery, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then I feel like it's also like, you know, they were misunderstood, so
as
like
well
the way that they like come off, I'm just like, okay, like,
I feel like
softer.
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
Yeah,
I feel like the way we understand stuff versus the way they understand stuff is different.
Just
too.
way
like,
different.
Like everything's like changing like so quick.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Like,
no, and then I see that with my daughter too. Like, I don't know what it is about this like new generation with like little kids. Like, they are super sensitive, and I've started noticing that with my daughter, like my sister's son, and even like my niece that I was dealing with in Texas. Like, it's everything. It's kind of like a fight. But then I think about it like. My daughter,
like they're almost like they have reasons, and you have to listen to them.
No, yeah, because at the end of the day, like I don't. You know, it's very much so because like the way that my family or my parents talked to me, like growing up, like I felt like I was misunderstood, and no one would listen to me because I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I definitely had reasons to feel the ways that I did.
Yeah.
So like with my daughter, like yesterday, I don't know what. She was like, so I was going to the restroom and I was moving and like she was like in the way and she wouldn't move with her iPad, but you know how kids are with their fucking iPads and don't listen.
Yeah.
And I like literally went like this. Don't hit me. I looked at her, I was like, you want me to hit you? Like, I will fucking hit you right now. And I was like, wait. She's like, you know, you didn't have to do that. I was like, and then I had to kind of like, what did my mom say? Yeah. Okay, no. Don't say what she said. Okay, wait. We are speaking about mental health now, and I'm so proactive about it because I know. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You didn't listen to me. I had to explain the reasoning for me to.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I'm sorry. I had to apologize because obviously I wouldn't like someone doing that shit to me.
Yeah.
So,
see, and here's the thing. It's interesting. You guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard
a little bit.
That's weird. Hold on. Okay, hopefully it'll stop.
Yeah,
sweet.
we're good.
Okay, so it's crazy because I remember going on a walk with my parents when I was staying at their house one time, like for the weekend. We're just hanging out. I always used to visit before when me and my dad were cool. But so when I was there, we went for a walk and we were talking. I was telling them like the only reason I feel like I wasn't as worse as I am is because my mom used to reason with me when I was a child.
Yeah.
Like I used to feel like so like done wrong. I used to barricade myself in my room and put like everything against the fucking door and shit. And I know my dad want to fuck me up, but my mom's like, all right, hold on. Like, why is he doing this? He feels so strongly about what the fuck he's doing. Like, let's talk about it. Let's see what the fuck's up. So they like crack the door open with all my fucking plastic chairs on the fucking door and shit.
But it takes a strong person to do that. Like, honestly, like I wish someone would actually reason with me when I was going through it when I was young because I felt misunderstood.
Right.
So
no, for sure.
That's really nice.
So that's why when I hear you saying that like you felt like that all the time, like that sucks. And I definitely feel like lucky that my mom was the one because my dad wasn't the one. You know what I mean?
Your mom's cool as fuck.
But see, what's crazy though is like, I have family members that hate their fathers. And they're doing good for themselves, but they have a confused outlook on authority because their father treated them like shit for no reason. Didn't give them a reason. He was super strict, gave them rules, no reasoning behind it. So when they see authority, they're conflicted. Like, I don't want to be that. I don't want that for myself. So then, like, they do everything they're not supposed to do, and then when they end up with a family, they're like, okay, wait, I have to try to be him, but not him. But I don't want to be him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, like, it just creates this crazy trauma thing and, like, this cycle.
But you also have to understand that, like, honestly, you don't have to deal with your family anymore.
My God. We were just talking
about
this.
But the thing is that it's okay for you to just keep away from the people that are toxic in your life. That's literally, like, that if you feel like someone is not... they're like nice, like, you know, being that person for you, that stability and, you know, encouraging you to be better and just kind of keeping you in a rut. Like, you don't have to have those people, even though it's fucking family. Like, honestly, I completely, like, as much as I love my real dad, I know him, but like I only remember bad things about him, right? You know, and so like to me, I keep him at a distance because I know like how he is, his mentality. He's very much like prison mentality, and I'm not even fucking kidding you. I think this motherfucker is psychic. Like everything I did, he already knew I was gonna do it. Like it was weird. I was like,
I feel like dads are good at that though.
No, it's just like something like that he just like developed, like his like whole like.
He just got really intuitive.
Oh yes. But
I feel like you have to be like that in jail.
No, yeah,
just like on point.
But it was scary.
Yeah.
It was so scary.
Wow, that's a trip.
But it's like.
But I'm glad you said that because we're just talking about that on like keeping your family accountable.
No, yes, you have to. You have to because at the end of the day, if you don't, like, you're only bringing more like. It's more hurt in your life than you need it. Like,
well, I mean, at the same time, it's generational too. No, if you don't stop it.
No, yes, and like I said, like my mom, she was the best fucking mom, and like honestly, whatever she could do for me, like it is what she tried, and I saw it that she was only trying to do better. And even till this day, we don't have much, but I still see her trying. You know. So like for me, like when I talk to my daughter and stuff, like she's very smart. Yeah, and she just kind of. She talks to me about her feelings, which is something that they didn't talk to me about. Wow. So, like, she's like, oh, Mom, like, I feel this and this and this. And I'm like, and I kind of have to, like, kind of switch because for me, it's like we don't talk about that because I didn't talk about it in my growing up because it's not a thing.
Right. So now you're
but like now
have to make it a thing.
I have to like acknowledge her feelings, and I mean it's something that we were supposed to be doing regardless as growing up as children.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's like a generational thing where like now we're trying to be those people. Like we're trying to break a thing where that we don't need the toxicity in our lives that just don't want it.
Yeah. So what I spoke about, I think it was like the last episode that we just did. I had who did you jump on? Oh no, it was Brittany, Natalie, Eva was here, and we were talking about that, holding your family accountable, but also we were discussing the fact that it's you. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure you might have experienced this at some point, at some level, but the thing that we were discussing was like the hardship of like keeping your family accountable, and if they don't want to like conform to that, you're like the outsider. They shun you and they kind of look at you like you're the crazy one, because then your family's trying to convince you like, dude, just get over it already, like that, you know how he is, that's how he is, just get over it, right? And like it sucks because that's supposed to be your foundation, that's supposed to be your home, that's supposed to be your support, and it sucks because it's not anymore, because like you choose to just live healthier. And so what I just said is a sacrifice, but there's so much layers to that of sacrificing that you have to do when it comes to separating yourself from your family, and it's like heavy, and then it like you carry it for a long time, and then you just have to learn how to cope with it, and it's heavy. But the reason why I'm talking about that in that perspective is because what you're doing is basically breaking like a family curse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or at least just making it better, and it's gonna take a lot of sacrifice and a lot of like pain and shit.
You know, like they say that how it's crazy because I haven't like technically like I've gone to a few like therapy like sessions and stuff like that, but they're like saying like
I wanted to ask you that on here.
They're going through like, you know, you're doing therapy sessions yourself to elevate yourself, but you're going to fucking these sessions because of the people that you were raised by that need to be in fucking therapy. Talk about it to people. And it's like you're trying to figure out like like you need to be here. This is why I'm here is because of you. You need to come to this. I will pay for you.
She's literally like talking about my life right now. Okay, so like my parents came in here for rehab. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Look, I've been to therapy before because I thought I was a sex addict, and I think to a certain point I was, right? So I went to Sex Addicts Anonymous. I've been to a few therapists for it, and I feel like I got better, right? And I grew from it. And so I had to convince my parents to let me go there because I genuinely thought I needed help, right? I honestly believe if I need to go to rehab, I would go straight up. Like there's nothing holding me back that I would like. I genuinely just want to be better, right? So it was weird because we had this giant fucking my parents turned my whole family against me, and they're like, if you don't go to rehab, you're getting kicked out in 30 days. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm literally hustling, doing what I got to do. Like, hold on. Okay, I'm about to fucking okay, so anyway, I asked my mom. I asked her. I was like, "Hey, so did dad like give you any shit about like doing all this crazy shit and I'm not going because you kind of fucked up?" And she's all like, "Well, no, because how he's failing with you, I told him don't tell me anything because you don't even know how to raise your son." And I'm just thinking to myself like, that's weird how they're fighting about this, but they won't fucking go get help, but they're trying to send me to go get help. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys can't even fucking raise your son, but you guys are trying to fucking send me to fucking rehab. Like, y'all need to fucking go. You know what I mean? So when you said that, you literally explained my fucking life. Like, it's insane. And the thing that pissed me off the most is that they were down to go to family therapy if I went to rehab. Motherfuckers. At my expense. I'm over here. It's like, what the fuck, you motherfuckers? Oh my god, you're getting me pissed off. But I'm glad you said it, and honestly, it's relieving because I'm not the only one, and I feel like people our age are going through that shit right now if they're not already. You know what I mean? Like they're going through it, and you definitely feel like you're the crazy one. You know what I mean?
You're not, because if you're okay with seeking help for these things that you're going through, I feel like that makes you a very strong person. But like, you know, throwing it in somebody else's, like, you know, like your parents are kind of blaming you for doing the things you are, but they're not looking in the mirror.
Right,
right. It's something that, like, for me, it's just, I feel like I needed to have more of an open mind when it comes to like being a mother, or just being a fucking human being, like
healthy
just being fucking, like, just, you know, trying to see other people's perspective instead of just my own, and like just being selfish with like my views and stuff, because I was raised a certain way, and for the longest I thought I was the only type of person, and there's only fucking Mexicans, you know. I like, growing up, it's just like I only was around like the Mexican community in Santa Ana. Like, I didn't know that, like, but having to elevate myself as a human, like, and just fucking meeting new people and seeing their struggles or whatever they would want to tell me, like, I can't relate to everyone, but I only know my own struggles, and just trying to, you know, be supportive of anybody else. And definitely. I just want to be that person for my daughter in order for her to be okay with, you know, like body positivity or just her mental health in general. Like, I don't want to raise a little girl that's going to be super insecure with her body when she's like, whatever, like 5 years old, because I started noticing that in her.
Oh, wow.
But that's because it's like social media.
It's
social media.
That's like a whole topic in itself.
Like, I started catching my daughter, like, you know, just like regular shirts. Like, she only wears my t-shirts because she doesn't want to, like she goes, like, she like starts like bringing down her like shirts, and it makes me feel so bad. But it's also her fucking dad. Her dad is just like, he's super fucking like health freak and whatever, and he blames me. I'm like, she's a fucking kid, bro.
Yeah, she's a child.
She's a kid. What do you I'm like, I'm not gonna make her feel bad for gaining a few extra pounds. I'm like, we are not little. I'm like, I'm a big girl. Like, I'm fucking 5'9", almost 200 pounds, and you are fucking 5'6". Like, oh, sorry, 6'4". He's 6'4", and I'm like, go. Our kid. What do you think? Our kid was gonna come out fucking petite,
right?
Our girl's gonna be a big girl, like, and it's only trying to make her feel confident. You know, you need to empower a little girl or a boy, you know, as soon as like they're fucking born. Like, you need to make sure that things are okay. Like,
absolutely, I agree. It's crazy, like, I agree.
For real, I was like, what the
that's crazy. I mean, it makes sense,
like,
though.
The Olympic team for like the Mexico.
Hey, yo, your daughter's going to D1 school for sure.
You better
be fucking spiking balls and shit at fucking the volleyball team.
The volleyball.
That's crazy.
She's on there there.
Oh my god, we're at a fucking hour. What the fuck? That fucking flew. Holy shit.
Are we pausing and doing another one?
I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. It's literally midnight right now.
Is it midnight?
Yeah, it is.
Damn it.
I know. I didn't even. I feel like we barely got into
anything.
We have so much shit on here.
Yeah.
It's been like cool ass conversation.
But they have been.
They have. It's been really good. It's been flowing. I love it.
I need to go pee.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we're gonna take a little break. We'll be back. I wanted to talk about one more topic because I feel like we literally have, let me count, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19, like 19 fucking topics, and we only like literally covered one in this 1 hour, or no, like 2 or 3 I think in this 1 hour, which is insane. Sorry, I just talk a lot. Nah, you're good. No, and I mean, you've been here for the podcast before. This has been one of like some of the best conversations right here. Like, these are the best ones, you know what I mean? They're just, it's like everyone's super engaged. Everyone has something to say. It's just flowing really good.
It's
so
honest,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Honest. Like,
it's organic.
Yep.
It's
genuine.
Okay, one thing that you agreed with me on the podcast that we first did, Rather Than Baby Mamas, was the fact that I felt that baby mamas were more consistent rather than girls without babies. When it came to like relationships and it came to dating, I felt that baby mamas were more consistent. Do you believe that?
To a certain extent.
Or have you experienced both and you're like, yeah, I'm more consistent as baby mama? Or no?
No, I feel like I am and I'm not.
Okay.
I think it's like it goes both ways. Like, It just depends on the person that I'm trying to be consistent with.
Okay.
Like, if I really want to see them and I'm vibing, like, cool.
Yeah.
If it's just, like, a first-time thing, like, maybe. Like, I don't really, like, look too deep into it.
Yeah,
There is that, like, you know, the insecurity of, like, you know, maybe he won't like me and why should I even go? You know?
Right.
Like, that's...
okay.
But that just comes down to dating, honestly.
Right.
But consistency, like, say, like, if I really like you and, you know, like, we're vibing...
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be as consistent as I can.
Right.
But, you know, it's all to every girl's discretion because honestly, like some women that don't have kids are more reliable than somebody that does have a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I haven't experienced that. I mean, well, based off my experience, I've experienced that women are just more consistent. What about you?
What are you asking me?
I mean, have you dated a baby mother?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think they're more consistent than girls without kids? Or do you not feel that way?
Yeah.
You'd agree?
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right, hell yeah. One thing that you mentioned was the fact that you don't give off the normal signs that a woman would while dating.
No,
I think
it's just like it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just something that I kind of like developed throughout the years of like just not having like long-term relationships.
Yeah.
I went through a long-term relationship early in like my teenage years until like I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And it was like a thing where just, you know, like it was really up in the air. I wanted to have fun and shit. And like I think I developed a thing within myself where I'm just like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just kind of like shut down. I just shut down. I'm like, you know what? No. And it's personally, I think like
that sounds a little bit like resent.
Wait, no, it is.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah. So
what's going on here?
with being in my first relationship and stuff like that, like it was, you know, the high school teenage love, like, you know, first everything, and it was like
that's the best.
Yeah, no, and then like you tend to and just like
I feel so great.
Life's
wonderful.
like,
when it's good.
Life's wonderful.
Yeah. That's like heroin for the first time. Probably.
It was fucking great, but
ecstasy when it first
ended.
Yeah.
You know what? He was the first guy that I did. I think that's why I was so connected.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I literally did. The first time I ever did ecstasy was at a parking lot at the Tyler Mall in Riverside. Oh. This motherfucker gave me. No, hold up.
Did you do anything like?
No. Okay.
Fuck?
No.
You guys went shopping. You guys went about Converse.
It was super funny.
I was gonna say y'all fucked in the parking lot.
Nah, so
Pro clubs at the mall. That's what y'all bought.
No, it was super funny because he was so against giving it to me, and it was a red Mickey. If you guys know, you know, like that shit was. It had,
You're an OG raver, by the way.
No, yes, and so like the red Mickeys had fucking acid base.
Oh my God!
So he gave me half of one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he gave me half of one, and it didn't hit me at all. This motherfucker brought orange juice, the whole fucking thing.
Oh shit!
And it was him and his friend. We were upstairs on the fucking top parking lot, you know, like the fucking stacked one. And it didn't hit me until finally he gave me the other half. I went through that, bro. I was so emotional.
Oh,
we were in the back of a fucking Target that's across the street, and I just started like you having those like you know when you're fucking rolling, like the lights just start going like this.
Yeah.
And I remember just like my eyes just like twitching, and I looked at him. I was like, I love you so much. That's literally all that happened. And like finally, my mom was calling me. She's like, hey, you need to come home. And I'm like rolling balls. I remember I had a Barbie fucking blanket, and I was just like laying on my bed.
Oh my!
So great.
That was great. Yeah, I can imagine that being amazing. Right?
But as far as like relationship goes, like I do think that I'm pretty cold when it comes to it. It's just a thing where I become just like I just become very protective with my emotions, my being, my heart, everything. Like I'm not willing to let just nobody just like walk in. I feel
that's good. That's how you should be.
And I like I've gone through a lot of things in my life that I'm just not like if I know like someone is being genuine, I'm very intuitive with things like that. But
that's what's up.
But now like it's more than ever because I have a daughter. I'm not like wasting time. But if I'm trying to fuck around, like I will do that. Like if I want to like mess with a guy, like I will do that too. Like but I'm not involving like
as
my
an adult
personal
should.
life. Yeah,
right.
I'm not involving my personal life, which is my daughter.
Right.
You know, but I do feel like I just became numb to the fact that I don't give off signals of like, you know, if I'm really interested in somebody, like I just don't know how to be like, you know what, like maybe we should take it further. No, like
you literally do the complete opposite when you like someone.
No, I do the complete opposite. I tend to not ghost, kinda.
Yes, ghost. Yes, ghost. What the fuck?
Why are you so mad?
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it's happened to me maybe like once or twice.
No, I genuinely like sometimes when I do it, like I'm very regretful, but then I become embarrassed.
Oh,
and I don't want to text them and be like, hey, you know?
Oh, like you like go too far.
Yeah,
and shit.
like
it goes way too far long without talking, and it's like, okay, now I gotta hit him up. Oh my god.
So I think
and then you rematch with them on Hinge later on, like a couple months later.
Like the dude wifes up and shit.
Whatever.
I'm like, hey, I'm sorry.
When she rematches on Hinge, like 5 months later, like, oh, great, hey, how's it going? You again.
You miss me.
So let's talk about the word slut, since we're on this progressive train.
Yes.
I mentioned on the previous podcast, the one with me and Evo on the old Baby Mama podcast, I asked Evo, would you date a slut? And you kind of gave me a lot of shit for it before he even answered, because we were talking and discussing what a slut actually is, right?
Yes.
Before we get there, I said I would date a slut because I don't care about those confined constructs on women. Because I look at them like, even like as a normal human, like, yo, y'all got a pass, so do I got bodies, you got bodies, that shit don't matter to me, you know what I mean?
Let's have fun. As it should be, but there shouldn't be a label on that person saying that she is a slut because she has bodies,
right?
I mean, like,
because it's if
that's kind of, if you're speaking like that, then I guess I'm a slut, and
right?
I mean, it's just, and I feel like it's a word that's just made up to you know, fucking
manipulate.
Not even manipulate. Just
I would say so.
I would say.
No, yes, and then also just fucking make a woman look bad, because you wouldn't call a man a slut.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, it manipulates them because they don't want to look bad.
No,
right?
yeah, and then do you have those like?
That's like if you say that, or like I say like jokingly, you know what I mean? Like, you know, whatever, but
like you don't use it derogatory.
Yeah, I don't use it derogatory.
Yeah.
Like,
me neither.
Fucking around, but but like if you use it in that sense, like I feel like.
Do you think that there's such thing as sluts? Like, does it matter to you if a girl's with a bunch of bodies?
Because like if you're over here trying to have fun, you're over here trying to have fun.
That's exactly how I see it.
Like,
you're fucking adults.
If you're a dude or you're a girl, why, like, you're trying to have fun? Like,
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I feel that.
No, exactly. So I feel like as a woman, like I've taken it to like almost empower myself. Like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Like, I slept with plenty of guys, and honestly, like, you're not gonna make me feel bad about it because I enjoyed it, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, and so it's just any fucking name that you want to call me, a slut, a hoe, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember, like, when I was younger, like when high school and shit, I had one boyfriend, and I was getting bullied for like sleeping with the whole entire fucking football team. I'm like, excuse me? Like, obviously that made me feel bad, and I didn't want to be called that, but obviously, like,
high school's different.
High school was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, it was.
But the thing is,
but she mine.
So, like, especially like, and you know, I remember like growing up and shit like that. Like, they would always, you know, I remember like being a virgin and just keeping yourself, and you know, it was a thing when I was growing up. Like, you know, you can't just give yourself away or whatever. And like, and it was like instilled in me.
Yeah,
like, and so when I finally like had sex, I was like,
what a fuck.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I will do
this
whatever the
fire.
fuck but like, I remember feeling guilty about doing it with like with my first boyfriend, and I was just like, oh, we're not supposed to be doing this. But that's because it was a fucking traditional thing. Like, no, you're supposed to save yourself or whatever. But because you are going to be fucking shunned over, like, you know, your parents are going to be fucking like, oh, you're a slut, you're whatever, all the names. And like, that's something that I didn't want to, but I did it I was very much, you know, I didn't like it very much. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Like,
let's go.
This is fire.
No, because I got out of a long ass relationship and the fucking guy did me dirty, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Yep. I was fucking partying my life away, and I was like, we're doing it. No, I don't regret it. Good. I don't at all.
I'm glad.
No.
Yeah,
like, here we go.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. It was just funny because like, when we were sitting on the couch watching the episode, you're like, wait, what the fuck is that? And then I was just thinking to myself, like, did we just make that word up? Like, that word isn't real.
It's just
technically, really.
No, it's not. It's something
just derogatory
to
for women.
Insult women.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just it's literally all of these like words that you make to make. It's just to insult a woman for being okay with her sexuality.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize for being me and for enjoying having sex or even multiple partners. Like, you're not going to make me fucking feel bad. But it's something that has been, like, in the past. Of course I felt bad because I'm like, man, like questioning myself. You know, as long as I'm clean and I know that I'm okay, like... I'm gonna have fun and I don't give a fuck.
I agree with that.
I feel like it'd be like progressive for men to like accept that.
Oh yes,
yeah, for sure. I'm cool with that. You know, well, see, the thing
I feel like a lot of men don't.
No, they're not.
Right. No, I mean, in that
people are fucking like, men are threatened sometimes of the women that are okay with their sexuality, and it's just it's like you said, it's like it's so true. It's progressive for a man to think it's okay.
I mean,
I enjoy. Like,
I'm saying and like on that previous episode, I describe how I would definitely date a slut because they're more chill, they're more open-minded. Think about it. Think about this though. I mean, I said
they're not weird.
I said they were pioneers. I said they were pioneers, and you said no, they're not. But here's the thing, though: like, you're going against everything that says that you're not supposed to do, and you're going against it, and you're not a shitty person. Yeah. Like, you're still a cool person. You're still a good person. You know what I mean? And
but like, I was just speaking out of like my personal like thing because
like, I'm not a pioneer.
I'm not as much because honestly, I wish I could do more. But I'm just like I'm a shy girl.
Oh, wait. Speaking of that, are you a shy girl? Or is it because of your daughter?
No, I am. I'm definitely I'm definitely I've always grown up being super shy.
Got it.
But once you get to know me, like, I definitely open up a lot. And
right.
I'm, I well out. It's just like a common thing with people. But if I don't know you, like, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
I won't speak anything about my past, but here you go. Have me as an open book.
Well, you know what's crazy is Eva would always used to say that, like, when you have the headphones on, you got the mics on, like, you can't, like, you always just say the truth. Everyone just, like, says everything on here, which is amazing, honestly.
No, yeah.
And I appreciate you sharing that and a bunch of other stuff before about your father and all that, because honestly, it's hard for me to want to share that, because I don't want to, like, make people hate my parents and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that way about that. I still love my parents, you know what I mean? But it's just, it's hard to talk about it, and, like, they're gonna watch this shit, and, like, well, my parents are, and, like, I don't. It's hard because they have to see what, you know what I mean? So
and it's not only your parents like this, like, there's a lot of people that can relate to you.
Yeah.
It's just,
and that's why we do it. That's why we talk about it, so it's like we can bring awareness and just even bring, like, people that are just in the same shit. What were we gonna say?
I like your parents.
Thanks. Same. Man. Samesies.
That's like,
thanks.
That's like my other parents.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, so we have like a million topics left. We could save them for the next episode whenever you come, or we can do another one now, depending. We'll figure it out when we get off the podcast. But thank you so much for coming on such short notice. I really appreciate it. My day was so fucked up today, and it was cool that you came through, and we did topics, and we did the podcast. Thank you, Victor, for coming on short notice. We were supposed to do all kinds of shit tonight, and we didn't. Well, you were prepping for tomorrow because we're going to go off-roading. Yeah. We're waking up like at 4 in the morning and shit, it's midnight.
Another TDS part 2.
Oh, my God, I know. Seriously, TDS is like an off-roading event. But, yeah.
I know nothing about that.
So thank you very much. I really appreciate both of you guys. If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate you as well. If you guys could please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Bye.